Hello class, today we're going to be in Unit 3, Session 1, and today we're going to be talking about adjectives. You want to make sure you have your Unit 3, Session 1 notes and probably your characteristics sheet with you. Alright, so we have a little bookmark here on the page. And it says, when you enter this classroom, you are scientific, you are an explorer, you are important, you are loved, you are respected, you are a friend, and you are the reason that we're here. So I hope that makes you feel important, and we have this also to kind of show you some extra adjectives that we have in the class. And also, these adjectives look a lot like English words, and we have a lot of words like that in Spanish called cognates, and so it's just another way to help you feel confident and you actually know a lot more words than you think. Just going to go over our classroom norms. Remember that we just like to participate and share. We want to make sure that it's always relevant to class and we're not having private chats in the chat box. We're respectful, we're honest, we listen, and we're bringing a positive attitude. So when things don't always go right in the class, we can still be positive. And I really appreciate that when you are having that attitude in our class. Okay, so one of the things I want to go over today is the Spanish alphabet. And so I'm going to say the letters nice and slow, and you just repeat after me as I say them. Okay, we're going to start with the letter A. A, B, C, Che, D, A, F, Hey, H, E, J, K, L, A, M, N, N, O, P, Q, R, R, S, T, U, B, W, X, Y, Z. Now I want to go over a couple of things real quick. So for example, when we're talking about the second line here, we're talking about the letter H. Just want to show you that H is silent. Okay, we have a lot of words in Spanish that start with H. We don't actually make an H sound like we do in English. So H is pronounced ache when we're spelling out a word. And then G is hey and J is jota, and they have an H sound. Okay, let's look at the R and the double R. We have ere and R. And if you can't roll your double R, no worries there. You can learn. This is something that you're not always born with, but you can learn to do this. When other people have to learn other languages, they have to learn how to make those sounds. And so it is possible for you to learn how to roll your R's if you cannot do that already. Now down here at the bottom we have the V, makes a V sound. We don't make that sound in Spanish actually. It sounds a lot like the B on the first line. So we say be and be. Okay, so they're going to sound the same. Sometimes you hear people say be grande to refer to the big B, the B after the A, to spell a word. And then we have W for the W, X is X, Y, Y, and Z is zeta. The Z has an S sound. We don't use a Z sound like we do in English. So Z makes the same as the S sound. So that's a little introduction to the Spanish alphabet. There are videos on YouTube where you can listen to it and sing the songs, and so I encourage you to look at that as well. All right, so today we're going to write and talk about how you are feeling. I've talked about feeling words before and a little bit last week when I said things like to you, ¿Cómo estás? How are you feeling? And you responded back by saying muy bien or bien gracias, or you could say más o menos. And then we're going to write and talk about your physical characteristics as well as the characteristics of others. So this is a little bit different than telling how you're feeling. Here we're looking at a physical appearance of somebody. So part of our words for this week and describing things has to do with colors. And a lot of you might know your colors. But if you don't, go to the color slide here and let's review our colors together. So orange, of course, is anaranjado, and in Spanish we pronounce all of the vowel sounds, so it's anaranjado. Okay, it's a long word. I would suggest that you take it slow, and then as you get more comfortable with the word, you can say it faster. Yellow is amarillo. The two L's make the Y sound, amarillo. Blue, azul. Brown, café. Red, rojo. Green, verde. Purple, morado. Pink, rosado. Black, negro. And gray is gris. All right, so that's how you would pronounce your colors. Okay, so let's dig into our notes. These are right off of the vocabulary sheet, and I'm going to help write them for you. Give me just a second and I will type them in and you can go along with me here. So, aburrido means bored, or it could be boring. And fuerte is strong. Débil is going to be weak. Feliz means happy. Bonito is pretty. Alto, tall. Blanco, white. Divertido is fun. Gorda is fat. All right, and for the other side, we have enfermo, which means sick. Let me make this a little smaller so it fits better. Okay, simpático means nice. Delgada, skinny. Anaranjado is orange. Grande, big. Bajo is short. And triste is sad. Feo means ugly. And pequeño means small. All right. So as you're writing these down, I just want to talk to you about them a little bit. We have a mix of adjectives here, but in our objectives today, we were going to talk about feelings feeling words and also characteristics. So if we look at our list, think about which words on there would have to do with your feelings. Okay, so maybe words like boring or happy or sick or ugly. So all of the, I'm sorry, not ugly, but sad. I was looking at ugly because it's close to that line. Sad. So if I ask you, how are you doing today? And I say, ¿Cómo estás? You can tell me one of these words. So let's go to the next slide. And if I go too fast, you can always pause it. But to say that I am, and then to tell me one of your feelings, you can say estoy. Estoy kind of goes along with estás. Okay, so ¿Cómo estás? How are you feeling? Estoy contenta. I am happy. Or if you're a boy, you would say estoy contento. I am happy. Or maybe you're nervous. Estoy nerviosa. Estoy nerviosa. Or angry. Estoy enojada. Or if you're a boy, estoy enojado. So if your adjective ends in an O or an A, you can switch it back and forth depending on who you are, if you're male or female, and make it agree with you. If it's an adjective like sad, and you're sad, and that adjective ends in E, like this one over here, then you would say estoy triste. You would not change it, okay, because it doesn't have an O or an A on it, so you can't really change that one back and forth. So that would be the same if you're male or female, okay? Estoy triste. Now, if we go back to our list and I want to talk about physical descriptions or the physical appearance of somebody, that could be words like strong, weak, pretty, tall, fat, nice, short, small. Okay, so all of those words have to do with someone's physical appearance. And so that's different than the feeling words. So we're going to look at some other verbs and talk about that.